Well, this particular one is kind of post-BSc thoughts, actually, having had a bit of a rethink about all the technology that's been on show, and thanks again to BSc Battersea. Yeah, full, very noisy, but a lot of very well crafted technology to have a good look at. Yeah, all the reds were there, from the Red Epic W to the Dragon, to even the latest 8K sensor Super 35 system. So yes, and notice the 1TB level of red mag, which was quite interesting. Yeah, and been keeping up with the latest developments in Red CX as well, the software side of it. It's moving pretty fast, I have to say. But thanks again also to ARRI, one of the best suppliers in this industry, I might add. Yes, large format. I'm assuming up to a point it's kind of going down the sort of the F65 65mm scale route. It's obviously big talk in the ARRI camp, so no surprises with that one. But I'd be interested, given the popularity again, that virtually every single picture I've read the tech specs of is being originated on blue rather than red. So any sort of input for anybody on sort of why that is, I'd be interested to discuss it, really. But so that was interesting, and had a look at the Canon camp, the C2, the C200, the C100, and even the C700. It's larger, but again robust sibling, really. And it in terms of the C200 is quite reliable on doing shorts, documentaries, and even feature work, according to the sort of a degree of what the specs are suggesting. I mean, further practical use kind of proves the point, one way or the other. But just sort of thinking over application of systems really at the moment. But yes, and had a good look at the whole range of Panavision Cooke S7 lenses, and the lenses that fit the new, as I said, the Alexa NF system, all from 50mm to 125 and 75mm actually seems to be quite popular. Spotted that a few times, having a close look. T29 I think seem to be quite frequent in terms of T numbers. But yeah, so that was all very interesting, and I'll just also add on the end of this, having finished the longer day of BSc, having a look at Movie Tech, Rotolight, and a few others. because there's so many people to have a good look round. You can get it's very engrossing in its own right. But also I'll just say thanks again to David Thomas for the freelance refresher. We'll go away and think about it. I've certainly got a clear idea of how is best, certainly on writing terms, to agree everything in writing up front, because one is just trying to improve efficiency, but as I say, much clearer on the distinctions between self-employed, PAYE versus self-employed in terms of sole trader or limited company. And there's certainly an awful lot of sole traders out there in mass percentage terms anyway. So yeah, and quite proud of helping a few freelancers on the cash flow exercise we had to do. But yes, so working on cash flow, rewriting our business plan, and just trying to sort of absorb where one might be going. I said technology is saying one thing, production isn't always keeping up, but that's a sort of given variable. But as I said, thanks to Bet2 for that. And we're also doing build a website in a day, which will be basically an update day, but that's fine. And we'll be in the cutting room again in March, using Adobe Premiere just to brush up on the skills side of things, because I haven't used it so much. But that's a good training, and yes, any freelancers, I would recommend do go to the Freelancers Fair in May. Bookings are open, I think, so I recommend you sign up. But it's certainly a good event to sort of be at, to talk to fellow freelancers about what their problems are, how they are getting on in terms of clients, or what rates are, which is something else that came out of the Finance Freelancers Workshop. As I say, doing more research into how rates are working, because they're going up and down, and some people are saying some things, and I don't always agree with them all the time, because like the Eyes Half Shut campaign, I do agree with what that 28-page report says about long hours and productivity, and it's getting worse. So somebody please do something about that, up to a point. Up to a point. But if anybody else has got anything they want to give me any script assessment on, like visual potential, is there too much dialogue in it, or would you like to work on it, do send it over to us. As I said, user channels, john-co.uk, cindyjc.wordpress.com, which is being updated shortly, but as I said, and there is also at John Clay Films on Twitter, but thanks to all those also who have been sending congratulations through on LinkedIn about how we've been getting on. That's greatly appreciated at this time, I think. It's been a challenge, but getting there. So yes, and I say good luck to all the writers I've been with. Good luck with pitching, story development, and giving or digesting feedback. Wish all those very good luck. Thanks.